Welcome back, you guys. I hope everyone's having a fabulous start to your holiday season. I hope everyone enjoyed Thanksgiving, that you had all the good eats and the good company. In today's video, I wanted to do kind of like a winter slash holiday essentials video. Share with you guys some recommended reads along with some movies, some TV shows that can get you into the seasonal spirit. I will be very honest. For the longest time, found winter extremely depressing. I just don't like winter. I don't like being cold. I'm a very tiny person, so I'm always cold for the most part. And in the winter, it just maximizes that. I don't like being cold. I don't like really going out when it's cold, so I tend to stay in the house a lot more. But as I'm getting older, I believe in the importance of romanticizing everything in your life, including the seasons, because we only have so much time here. You know what I mean? So why not make the best of it while we are here, enjoy it, and try and romanticize it the most that we can. So I want to share with you guys just some books I'm going to be reading this season, some of my favorite shows, and my favorite movies to get you guys in the holiday spirit and in the winter, feels. And some hobbies that we can all kind of try out and enjoy together. That way we're not stuck at home just in like a seasonal slump. So let's jump into it. Okay, we're kicking things off with reads. Good reads for the seasonal kind of time, the winter time, just giving you all the feels, getting you in the mood, setting the scene very nice. I'm gonna start off with my current read, which I just started a few days ago, and it is Frigid. This particular book has been really good so far. It is a friends to lovers story. So basically they've been friends all their lives and never really neither of them made the next move to make it anything more. And it is based at a ski resort, most of the books. So they take like their annual ski trip on Christmas break. They're in college. So it has very much the snowy feel, the Christmas feel, all the goodness in this one book so far. I can't really dive too much into it because I have not finished it yet. Like I said, I just started this. But so far it's really, really good. And I like the two main characters. Sydney is the girl and Kyler is the guy. And so far I'm digging their characters. They're relatable, they're funny, so I'm excited to see where this love story goes. The next book recommendation I have is The Christmas Tree Farm by Lori Gilmore. How cool is that? This one specifically I picked up because it has been kind of going around very viral, and I'm excited to read it. How cute is this adorable map on the inside? So cute. And I'm really excited to get into it. And it literally says, for anyone who ever wished Hallmark Christmas movies were steamier, this one might do the trick. And honestly, you guys know I'm a fan of Hallmark movies. I'm a fan of steamy books. For me, it's like a one-in-one. I don't necessarily pick a book because it's steamy, but if it's like a romance or a Hallmark movie, I feel like the steam just adds to how good the book is. I don't mind a little steam. I actually enjoy it. So this one I'm looking forward to. I've only heard good things about it. So looking forward to this read. And the last book recommendation I actually got a couple of weeks ago at Barnes & Noble's. It's called Mistletoe Mischief by Cody Hall. And the story itself just kind of seemed interesting. It says, in need of a distraction from his dumpster fire of a love life, adventure tour guide Pike Sutton is thrilled when his favorite travel podcaster accepts an invitation to experience the gorgeous landscapes and festive charms of Mistletoe, Idaho. How cute is that, you guys? Then it says, he knows her visit will mean great things for the business he shares with his friend Anthony, but Pike has no idea that the real force behind excursions is nothing like what he sees on social media. Ryler Perkins is perfectly happy being the voice behind the microphone while her cousin stars as the face of their popular podcast. She's used to men drooling all over Alia, but for once she finds herself wishing a certain sexy hipster lumberjack would notice her instead. Maybe that's why Ryler completely loses her mind and makes a move on Pike. Their kiss under the mistletoe is more than steamy, but it abruptly ends when Pike discovers he's been smooching Alia's assistant. He isn't about to jeopardize everything by seducing a woman who's off limits. But as Pike guides the podcast crew around town and into the great outdoors, Ryler seems determined to get him hotter under the collar than a steaming cup of cocoa. How cute is that? So it has all the winter feels. It has all, I love that it includes a mistletoe. Something about, I feel like a mistletoe is a very not like underspoke about, like decoration. Like no one uses it anymore. No one really hangs one anymore. And I just love to include it. I have a faux mistletoe in my house hanging, and I love it. I love keeping those traditions. I feel like you don't see mistletoes anymore, but I love that this book has one, and I'm excited to see what happens with these two. Now we're gonna move on to movies. The first movie recommendation I have to recommend, because it is me and my hubby's favorite movie. Honestly, the couple in it reminds me a lot of me and my hubby, actually. And it is called Four Christmases. The movie stars Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon. Love them. They are a couple who, instead of spending Christmas with their families, decide to skip the family drama and book a trip every year. But due to the fog, they are forced to spend this particular Christmas with all of their families. You guys, this movie is hilarious, so I highly recommend to check it out if you haven't. Another movie that I have to recommend, because it is one of my favorites, is Christmas with the Cranks. I just absolutely love that movie. This particular movie stars Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis and another amazing duo. They live in a very Christmassy town. When their daughter goes away to the Peace Corps, the father gets the bright idea to skip Christmas and go on a cruise. And this particular movie is great. The neighbors are not very happy about them not having any Christmas spirit, and they're a little bit nosy and intrusive, and honestly, it's all very funny. So you guys have to watch it if you haven't. And my last movie recommendation for the Christmas season / winter season is Home Alone 1 and 2. Those two movies I had to kind of pair up together, but they're Christmas classics. I watch them every single year. I'm pretty sure all you guys have probably watched them at home. If you haven't, by any chance, highly recommend. I watch them every single year for just the laughs, you guys. They're amazing Christmas classics, and I absolutely love them. If you haven't watched them, definitely check them out. I don't feel like I have to add any clips to this particular video of the movie, because I feel like everyone kind of has an idea of what Home Alone 1 and 2 are. But I will say, even if you have seen it, highly recommend you rewatch it. Why not? It's a Christmas classic. I absolutely love Home Alone 1 and 2. Moving on to TV shows, you guys. The first TV show that I recommend, especially if you are into baking during this time of year or just baking and cooking in general, is It Cake Holiday Edition. If you haven't seen Is It Cake, it's basically a baking competition where competitors need to bake kind of holiday themed objects, and they're basically judged on how real it looks. So the whole plot of it is which one is cake, which one is not. It is an awesome show, you guys. The next show I have to recommend is Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas on Disney Plus. You guys, this is a bunch of different little shows in one, and I love listening to it in the background. For the adults craving that nostalgic feel, I have to recommend A Charlie Brown Christmas. It's my absolute favorite thing to watch this time of year. Moving on to hobbies. You guys, I am going to share a few things that I have been doing this cold season now that it is like 30 degrees out here in Jersey. And that is, I have taken on little hobbies to keep myself busy and to keep my brain and motor skills working. And one of them is actually adult coloring. And in case you were curious, here are a few benefits to coloring and how it helps you. I feel like if you are a creative person who just needs to like zone out on one thing and not necessarily think about the busyness and the chaos of the day, I feel like adult coloring has been just so nice to do. I actually picked up a Gilmore Girl coloring book on Amazon, and I will link it below if you guys are interested in it. But I absolutely love doing that now. I just feel like it's an amazing break if I don't want to read, which I know not everyone is readers. You know, I know not everyone is a reader. So if you're someone who maybe you're not a reader and you want to try something creative just to get your brain going, I highly recommend, you know, feeling a little nostalgic and picking up a adult coloring book. I've been having so much fun doing that. The second hobby that I've kind of picked up is painting. And here's a list of all the benefits that painting has to offer. How amazing is this? I love to paint. I'm not very good at it, but I do like painting. I have a sketchbook that I paint in particularly. I paint dresses, actually. I have a good time just painting dresses, different style dresses. I usually free draw them first and then I paint them, and that's something that's different that has kept me going during this time of year. Also, I've been trying to learn how to bake new things. Now, I'll be honest, baking is not my favorite. I feel like it takes a lot of time, and if it doesn't come out good, I'm very disappointed because I feel like I've wasted a bunch of time, a bunch of ingredients, and I get frustrated quickly with baking. But I have been telling myself that for the new year, I'm gonna try and bake something new at least once a month, which I think is a fair thing that I can accomplish. So I'm super excited about that. My one thing I will tell you is to try something different that you've always wanted to try, a hobby that maybe you have always wanted to kind of tackle or try, whether that's knitting or crocheting or painting. Or I feel like the winter time is the perfect time for you to like start and figure it out, see how much you like it, see if you're good at it. You could have like a hidden talent that like you never knew about. I highly recommend that. And I can't not recommend reading. I recommend reading to everyone. I just think it's an amazing way to escape. And just when you're, like for me, I find it so much more fulfilling than scrolling through my phone or through the internet. I can spend all day pretty much off and on reading a book. I absolutely love reading. You can start with a genre that you are interested in. It could be anything. It can be thriller, it could be horror, it could be, you know, romance, it could be whatever sparks an interest, and then work from there. You know, try reading different things, see how it goes. I know for me, I started with thriller and then I got into a series that just completely had me hooked, which was A Court of Thorn and Roses. And now I haven't stopped like reading. I've been reading the last year. I have a ton of books. I think I've read over 20 books in the last year. So highly recommend reading. I have to recommend it because it's just brought so much joy to my life, and I just want it to bring joy to yours. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your season. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you next time. Bye.